Alrighty, so it's been a day or so since I last made a video. Don't really care. um, been doing a lot of research, and I think I may want to do a much better version of this, but I'm doing something right now that I think is really kind of cool. Learning a lot within game. I think I've kind of figured out how I want to play things. Uh, Long story short, I think my videos are either going to be like the last couple where it's been me playing, or something in the two things I want to do in the future are do instructional videos in first person only within the game. And then I've always really wanted to get into making videos, cinematic videos with music, but that's going to be a lot longer down the road. So as far as the videos I make, most of them will be the episodic ones that I'm kind of doing, like this one, where I'm just playing and doing stuff, but then organizing some that are much more structured, which might take a couple days, because today's really got me going. It's something that happened at work. Had a new trainee come in from another department to mine this week, and it was really kind of cool. I sat down, well, in the middle of work while we were doing things. I took her aside for about 5 minutes and I showed her how uh, we're rated and how different things affect different things in different ways, why we do certain things really quickly, but just to give her a brief overview of everything. And I was kind of astonished, and I've run into this before, where she then, after I got done talking to her, she said, I really got to thank you because I've been here for 6 months and you're the first person that's pulled me aside to show me this, like, really. And it was only like a 5 minute conversation, but and I was really just going over the pure basics of how you see how you're doing and how you can get better at things. Um, so I was thinking was doing something similar, like with these videos, with having instructional videos like that. All of my videos I want to try to have in first person only within the game, not having outside links and things like that, so that you get that more played feel. I know it sounds weird. There's so many websites out there that you can read and do, but I think you can get more bang for your buck if you stay within the game. Maybe way down the road, once things get bigger, I'll include some of those other things. But I'm having a lot of fun doing this. So that said, what I want to do is go to the basics and some things that I learned the last couple days. Um, and first, I want to drink some coffee. First off, so I last video I made some rigs and I went to sell them. This was a little bit over 2 days ago. Came back the next day and I went to sell them in sleighs out in Placid, the region of Placid, which is farther out there. And they didn't sell for almost 48 hours. None of them sold. I was selling them for 3 times the amount it cost me to build them. But just today, all in one jump, somebody bought them all. And so I made, just see here, I sold them for, where was it there? Transactions. I bought a blueprint for 125,000, and I sold 10 of them for 25,000 isk. Let's see here. I did some missions, so time bonus 125. Okay, good. It's got to be here. It's probably a way I can sort through this. All types. Don't want mission rewards. Just want. There's a lot of stuff here that you can go through. Market transaction. Let's try that. No, that's not it. Sorry. Let's go ahead and switch that back to all types again. I sold it for 25,000, 10 items, so it gave me 250,000 ISK. But then you have to subtract off your cost of building it, which was 8,000 a piece. So that's 80,000. So you're down to roughly 170,000, and then 5% for the broker's fee, and 5% for the sales tax. So another 10%. So that's another 25,000. So all in all, utilities. So utilities. Take the calculator, and we got $250,000 is what I sold everything for, minus 10% of that, which is the broker's fee and the sales tax. So minus 25,000 equals 250,000 minus 25,000 equals. All right, this is annoying. I will use the calculator that because it's easier to use. Oh, come on. Stop that. Calculator. It's bigger. So, 250,000 minus 25,000 for the sales and broker's fees. It's 10%, 5% each. I'll talk about that here in a second. And then minus 87,000 for how much it costs to the materials and the production cost. So 138 minus 125,000 for the one-time fee of buying the blueprint. So I now own the blueprint, so I don't have to pay that 125,000. So I made a net profit of 13,000 more than I would have if I just sold the salvage on their own. Doesn't seem like a lot, but throw in that 125,000 down the road, then there's a huge difference. But that is the smallest amount, if you're doing things right, I think, that you'll get as a profit. There's so much more that you can make, and I just wanted to show you here. So the first part is the blueprint. I talked about the other day. You can research those down and reduce your material cost by 10%. So my material cost would go from 8,700 to 7,700 for that last one. Secondly, if I want to sell something, I'll show you here what's in my inventory here. Let's say I want to sell this expanded cargo hold. So I want to sell this item. Here's where the broker's fees and the that's weird. Yeah, the broker's fee and the sales tax come in play. This is a NPC station. I think all NPC stations have a sales tax of 5%, and your broker's fee is normally 5%, but if you sell it immediately, you get no broker's fee. Anytime you put it out for sale for longer than a day or an immediate, it goes out. And now the broker's fee is 100% there. So let's say I wanted to do this at 10,000. See where, okay, the broker's fee starts off at 5%. Um, my understanding is your broker's fee is directly related to your standings with the corporation that you have it at. There's much more involved with that, but so the higher you have with standings with a corporation, the higher that the lower that your broker's fee. So that can get lowered right there. So that's another spot. So I can now lower the cost of my materials. I can also lower the broker's fee. But here's the next one. Um, and I left this there on purpose. We're going to head off to Dixie. So undock. I have some rigs there for sale that I built. We're going to go on our way over there. This would be role playing as if I had actually just picked up the stuff I built and I was taking it to market. So this is my map that I'm going to. I'm on my way to Dodixie, which is right here. Now my home station here, I just changed it, is in Slays. It's right there. And it's actually not that much farther to get to Dodixie than it is from Clellan. So I would basically just be coming down along here, going that way. Now, like I said, Dodixie is one of the trade hubs where people go and buy a lot of things at. I don't think it's the largest one, but it's one of the larger ones. Whereas, where I sold them at earlier today was in Dodixie, in Slays for 25,000 right here, which is right next to Stackman. Stackman is in the middle of the region of Placid. It is thought of as, I think, a minor trade hub. And it literally took me 2 days to sell these items out of this area at 25,000 ISK. That's really important because when I got to Dodixie, and we'll see if it changes at all, but when I got there the other day, I checked the same price, and I could immediately sell the rigs that I had built, all of them for 20,000 ISK, which would have gotten rid of my broker's fee, so that would be another 5% there. But B, there were active buyers there, and the people who had them listed for sale, the lowest cost for sale there was, I think, at the time, like 45,000 ISK. So I could have very easily undercut the cost of those. The sales price of 45,000. I could have gone with like 35 or 40,000 ISK and increased my profit per item just by hauling it to Dodixie by 10 to 15,000 ISK, almost doubling, at least 50%, at least a 50% increase on my sales price. Now that may not seem like a lot when you're only doing 10 items, 10 really small items, but I think once I learned what's good to haul, how to haul it to get it back into these areas, that's where people make their money. And the person who bought very easily, they could have bought my 10 rigs in Slays earlier today for 250,000 ISK, flown them 10 jumps, or 11 jumps, I'm not sure, to Dodixie, sold them for 40,000 ISK, and after you take away the fees, could have made a 10,000 ISK profit off of all of those. So there's two ways you can make a lot of money, either just finding good things to haul and sell, or building things and bringing it to market. So, but my major takeaway from it is, unless you're just dumping junk, it is really good to learn the market. And that's what I'm heading over to see. So, how many jumps? I'm only 5 away here. So, Go to my first person view. I'm talking a lot and I'm not showing anything because I probably should have started this video in Dodixie. But kind of showing, this might actually be good because it shows how long it takes to get there. And I'm going to go ahead and close down the map here because we know where we're off to. I don't think I need to show that anymore, but I'm learning more and more about the map and how it can be helpful. There's so much information out there that the better you get at it, I think the more fun that I can have with the game and get better at it. I like the graphics of the jumping through the gate. The only thing I kind of wish is cinematically if they pulled you to the front of the gate before you shot through. I know it would take some programming, but that would be kind of cool. Like a tractor beam would lock on you and whip you around. I don't know. Okay, maybe I am close enough. Oh, we'll wait. Oh, the other thing too, and I think I did all of them that I could do today, but while you're traveling like this, you can also make some money by doing project discovery, especially at the level that I am. I just started doing this today while I was flying around. I did come up with a point where it said I ran out of items that I could do for the day. So there is a limit to the number that you can do each day. But this made me a little bit of money, and it gave me some skins, which that was really cool. I'm going to start using those for my ships. And I think they're permanent skins, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so while I'm flying, I'm just making a little bit of ISK here. So I just made 28,000 ISK just for doing that right there. Alrighty. So that's another thing that I can do, just to put some money in the coffers. So what I'm thinking is, I'll keep playing tonight, but in the future I want to do a big video breaking down the numbers. This is just me talking, but do a really basic video on everything that affects sales of items in the game and try to figure out the simplest, easiest way for regular players who don't want to market trade or do have spreadsheets and track different things, just to make sure that they're not getting screwed on the market if they just take like an extra little step. I want to figure out the best way to do that. And some of it, I think, is just knowing what to what to have set up beforehand, like having your broker's fees. So, okay, so we're here. I made it to Dodixie, and these were the small gravity items that I sold the other day. I sold them at 25,000 ISK, and I'm going to view the market details on this. So if I wanted to sell them immediately, I could sell them for 20,000 ISK. I would save 5% of 25,000, which is 2,500. So not a huge savings there, but a little bit. That's not 5%. That's 10%. 1,250. But I would save a little bit of money if I sold it immediately. But if you look here, the lowest price, there's only one of them here, so I discard that one. I could literally sell these in this station for 40,000 ISK, and probably sell them right away because somebody would probably buy them up maybe and resell them. But if you notice, they don't go down real fast. So I could literally drop them in here for like 40 or even 35,000 ISK And yeah, I'd have to pay the broker's fee, but I'd make more money. Um, but before I do that, I just want to see if I thought there was a player station here. Well, you know what? I'm just going to drop them here. So 44,000. I'm going to put them up for sale for 40,000 and see if they sell quickly. Sell this item. And we're going to sell them. If I sold them immediately, they'd sell for 20,000. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sell. Now I can't sell all of them at 20,000, but I'm not sure how many I can do. But it'll be close to that. But if I put them up here for 2 weeks, I don't think it really matters how long you put it up for. And then, like I was saying, I want to put them up here for 40,000 versus the 40,000, 25,000. So I'm instantaneously getting a profit of 150,000 more ISK just off of changing it to 40,000 there, if they sell. That's the big thing. You've got, I think, just like a regular market, I have to sell them. So, and down here, after all of the broker's fees and taxes, I'd make 360,000 ISK. The other thing too here is I'm at 4.99%, so I'm gonna remember that. I want to start working on my levels with the Federation Navy, and that goes into more gameplay. And then sales tax is 5%. So we're going to go ahead and sell this. Got 10 items. Yes, we're good. Okay. So it's going to cost me 19,000 ISK, roughly 20,000 ISK in broker's fees. Now my only other thing here is I want to see if, as I've flown around and I see some stations that are made by players, and I think they have a lower sales price. Do I have anything I can sell? Oh, shoot. I gotta talk back up here. Talk. Let's just take a nanofiber, throw it in there. Good. Maybe the lowest broker's fee is 100 ISK. That's why it was coming up as 100%. Not sure. Okay. So, are there any player-owned stations in the area? So my item, view market details. I want to see system, Dodexy Federation. There's a place called I Choose You, is one of the player-owned ones, if I remember correctly. Oh, right down here. I was looking for that. Okay, so location. So these are your buyers. These are the guys who are trying to buy stuff up. But I want to see if they have a better sales tax. They're only one jump away. So that might be another way that you can save your money. Like I said, this is just a test video, kind of. I really think I want to spend some time, maybe a week or two from now, after I learn more, and really make a good, strong video breaking everything down and giving really good examples. And I'll learn a lot more before then. I'm just testing the waters right now. Like I said, you would have to haul this stuff to a station versus selling it right where I was at. So maybe there's things that you want to take into account. The amount of time it takes to haul it there. Whether or not you can be killed on your way there. Because if you get killed once carrying a bunch of stuff, well, this is pretty cool. That is a player-owned station. It's pretty sweet looking. um, then all of it's gone and all there is no profit at all. So risk reward, that type of situation. I did notice going from Clellan to Dodixie, it was all light blue, which is kind of cool. Gotta check out how it goes from Slays to Clellan. So, but the traffic there was all high level, so it'd be tough for people to kill me. Um, okay, so I'm just gonna try this out here. So, oh, I need it to be in my item hanger. Sell this item. Okay, so if I was to sell it for, nope, sales tax is still 5% there. Okay, so that doesn't do me any good. Now, here's a good test. Okay, so it's saying my broker's fees at 1802, but I think it has to be 100 ISK no matter what. So let's say I raise this up to 2,000 for the price. Okay, it does go down to 5%. Okay. Now, whether or not my standings with these guys, with player characters affected, I don't know. It's a good question. Okay, so I wonder if there's anybody else in the system. I don't know if they can lower their sales tax. So, at the norm. This is the one I'm in. It's owned by the same people there, but might as well go and see if it's any different. That would be kind of funny. Maybe they've got some sort of special thing going on where you sell something in one station and buy it in others. Don't let anybody know so they can make some money off of it. The only thing that I've thought about using an outside uh, piece of software is probably using Discord. So if at some point I want to do some sort of corporation and have voiceover, they don't have voiceover in the game. I think they used to a long time ago, but I might have to make a Discord channel for that. But that's I'm not planning on making any corporation anytime soon. Um, okay, so I just want to check and see if sales tax is the same for this one. So sell this item. Oh, you're not allowed to sell it here. Okay, interesting. Very cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna head back to Slays and start. I got a bunch of different things I can work on now. I've got anytime I boot up, if I don't feel like exploring, I could do some missions and raise my standings. If I don't feel like doing that, oh, that's the other part too. Is uh, I can do either distribution missions or I can do the security missions to raise my standings, and I can start working on some of the skills for my being able to kill things in wormhole space while I move up to cruiser or battle cruiser. Uh, Last but not least, I did notice one thing. My main career agent system that I started out at was Traucer in Galente Space, and when you are offered a mission by a career agent, um, and you don't feel like doing it at the time, if you fly to another station, it sticks in your agent's area. And I thought that was annoying, so I went in and I just declined it. Well, I don't think once you decline a career agent's mission, I don't think you can do any more for that career agent. So definitely want to be very careful with that. Um, I have to remember that myself if I want to do any more career agent stuff, because I was wanting to do that to raise my standings with those. Um, so I'm going to start working on where I sell things, raising my standings with those. So I'll work on either doing distribution missions or security missions for those types of character corporations, or I'm going to definitely keep doing the exploration side of it. And last but not least, I had thrown in skills. Um, I trained up both my social and my connection skills They've taken less than a day to get them to as high as they are, so that I'm going to be getting the max out of doing the missions for those guys. So, and then I'm going right back to my Galente frigate. I'm going to throw in the destroyer. Then I'm going to throw in the cruiser, do some medium level stuff. But I also want to do some of the other stuff here. But that's what I'm currently working on right now. So that's my diary for the day. It's been 30 minutes. That's enough. I'm going to keep playing. I've been playing the last 2 days. I just didn't have time to make a video. Alrighty. Hopefully these videos will get a little bit more professional down the road. I'm just going to keep doing them. Have a good one.